Welcome back. This is Angela. This is my FlossTube channel, and I'm going to be talking about cross stitch today and maybe a little bit of something else that I've decided to work on. But this is really like an update of my Stitch Mania. So what I'm doing for the month of May is I am working on like 2 projects a week. And it's supposed to be a new start and a whip, except I'm not doing that this week, which I'll get to in a minute. But last week I came on and told you or showed you the new start and the whip that I was going to be working on, but it was going to be a short week because I only had like 3 days of like really good stitching because we were going out of town for my son's graduation. We left early Thursday morning. His ceremony was at 10. He graduated with his master's in business administration. Yay! And then we had a party, and then we had another thing we had to go to, and then another party, and then it was just it was like 3 days full of fun and celebrating. His girlfriend graduated with her undergrad, and she had this big, huge ceremony on Friday night, which we went to, and then there was another party with some of his roommates the next day. So we got back Saturday evening. So left Thursday morning, got back Saturday evening. So on the way there, I stitched a little bit. I stitched a little bit on Friday morning, but the house we were staying in, we rented like an Airbnb, and it was a really cool house. Had some really cool artwork in it. It was like kind of bohemian style, and but the lighting wasn't all that great. So if I went outside, I could. The front porch had a big front porch with a swing, but it just wasn't a comfortable place to sit. And on the back porch, it had like patio furniture. It was a small little porch, and it was a lot more comfortable to sit, but there was another little house that was like kind of, well, actually it was, the house was divided in half. It's hard to explain, but I was paranoid that the people who were staying there were gonna come out or come in and like see me with my big like eye contraptions on or whatever. So anyway, I stitched a little bit, and because it was early in the morning and I usually wake up like super early, but so I did that Friday morning. I did not wake up as early because we stayed out really, really late on Thursday night. And when I say late, I mean like 2 o'clock in the morning, and that is very late for me and my husband, but we had to. And then the next night it was like midnight or 12:30. Anyway, I was exhausted when I got back home, but I got a little bit of stitching in, but not that much. So most of the stuff you're gonna see that I'm gonna show you is just what I worked on from Monday to Wednesday, I guess, of last week. I'm sorry, my shirt is having issues. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you, I ordered this from, I guess I downloaded it because I printed it out. It's from, it's called Angela Jovelet. I couldn't pronounce it, and I still can't pronounce it. It's from Mafle de Choix. I don't know how you say it, but there's the reflect this whatever reflect. So I wish that someone could tell me like how to say this, but this is it, okay? And I fell in love with the lettering. I thought the lettering was really pretty, and the border's pretty simple. And then this is like pretty much full coverage. But it's a download PDF that I ordered, and I can't remember where I ordered it from. Maybe 1883 Stitch, I can't remember. Anyway, so this is what I've got to on that. This is what I did just of last week. So you see those, I don't even know if it even looks any different than what I showed you last time. But that's pretty much it. And I'm doing it on this big piece of fabric, which it should take up a good chunk of it. And the name of the fabric is Cecil. by Seraphim Fabrics, and I ordered it from Guérin Stitchery. And it's so funny because I just love this pattern, but the Angeli, that's kind of like my name. And then and I just realized, oops, that the fabric called Cecil is actually my dad's first name. So I don't know if you can see all the colors that are in that alphabet. It's very pretty, but I got that far, but I wasn't gonna take this because this is 36 count, and there's no way that I could do this in the car. I have to have all the lights and all the magnification and everything. So I left this one at home after I worked on it on Wednesday. Then if you remember my plan, and I won't be working on that again until next month probably, or whenever I get around to it again. So I don't know if you remember my plan, but it was to work on the skeleton that goes in the little tombstone. Well, I did not work on that at all. I didn't even take it. Let me show you what I worked on instead. I found this one and I was like, you know what? I need to work on this one. And I thought it would be easier to work with. And then also, I mean, just because it's on a lower count, it's not on linen, it's on Aida, but it's easier to see, a simpler pattern to follow. The pattern is on, I have it on, downloaded on Pattern Keeper, and I also needed to organize my floss. So actually one morning, that's what I did rather than stitching. I kind of like cut all the floss and organized it a little bit better so I could figure out what I was doing. So the name of this pattern is called Rock Hound, and it's by Carolyn Manning Designs, and there is the PDF of it. So it's just these little, what is that called? When it's like the rocks are cut in half and it has the pretty, is that quartz? Anyway, it's some sort of stone. And the reason I decided to work on this one is, well, first of all, because it was easier to see, but also because in celebrating my son's graduation, which he has worked so hard. I mean, all during high school, of course, to get into college, but 5 years of college to get 2 degrees from the school he was going to. I mean, it's just, he graduated last year with an undergrad in mechanical engineering, and this year with his MBA. And it was a lot of work for him, but he has built a rock solid foundation for his future. And you know, he's already got a job, and so I use that part of the word. And then the hound, because he went to the University of Georgia and their mascot is a bulldog, which is basically a hound, so rock hound. There's my thinking there. So what I've done on it is not very much, but that's it. And this is on, I believe it's called Twilight. It's from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers, and I think it's 18 count, but I'm not positive. I'm not positive on that. I'm not really sure what the count is. So there's the big piece of fabric. It's not gonna be this big, I don't think at all, because the pattern calls for a 14 count, but I got a higher count, so it'll be smaller. But if you can look, it has a lot of the, what is that shiny thread, Etoile, is that what it's called, from DMC? And yeah, so you can see this little piece right here, which is really not that hard at all to work with. It's a little bit more kind of fuzzier in a way, but I just love the shine and the sparkle on it. So that is what I worked on while I was trying to do it in the car on the way home. But that, to be honest with you, I slept all the way home. I was so tired. I told my husband, I was like, okay, this weekend had just, or these past few days have just worn me out. I'm just gonna lay my seat back, and I did. I slept. I think I took like 4 naps in the course of 2.5 hours because I had to sleep a little, but then I kind of wake up. Where are we? And then I go back down. But anyway, that's what happens when you get older, I guess. You can't stay out till 2 o'clock in the morning. At least I can't. So, okay, where does this go? right here. All right, so I did not work on that skeleton, but I don't have that much. It'll get done before Halloween, I think. I hope. Okay, so I have some, so that was last week, and so for this week, I started 2 more things. I did. So I'm gonna get those down because I have one in my stand, which is right here, and then one over here, and I'm gonna bring them to me, so I will be right back and show you those. Okay, so so for this week, these are both new starts. I am not working on a whip right now. I haven't got around to it. I'm not saying that I'm not going to, but I have not got around to even, I was just like in a new start kind of mood. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work on 2 new starts. I'm gonna start 2 new things. Okay, so I found this pattern. Well, first of all, I got this piece of fabric, and I ordered it. I actually ordered it, I think, with the intention of doing the hands-on design season 2 things on it, little patterns on it, the 12 ones for the seasons. And it's called Driftwood by Fabrics by Stephanie. So I ordered this right after I'd ordered the pattern. And then I had someone that's local here. She was going to the Nashville market, and she actually picked up a piece of driftwood for me with that pattern. And I didn't think she was gonna be able to find it, so I went ahead and ordered it. But she got it, and it's by the same person, I believe, and it's called Driftwood, but it's on Lugana, whatever, the even weave, and it is a lot lighter than this one. And this one turned out, it was like really dark. Okay, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can stitch on that because it's, what count is it? It's 32 count. Okay, so I'm like, what am I gonna stitch on that? Then I was just browsing through, and I found this pattern by Jan Hicks Creates, and it is called Find Your Joy, and there's a picture of it. And so it's kind of a full coverage, but anyway, I just thought, well, that's pretty and different, and some of my full coverage ones that I've been working on, I've kind of decided I'm not gonna do them because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hang them on my wall or anything. I want to stitch stuff I'm actually gonna hang on my wall. So I got the pattern, and I realized that it wasn't like all the black part is not stitching. It's like the fabric, right? And I was like, ooh, I can't stitch on black, but maybe I can stitch on this dark brown color and just change the colors up a little bit. And so that's what I'm doing. And it's a little challenging, but I want to see how it turns out. But that's all I've done so far, which you can't really tell what it looks like. And we'll see what, I think once it's all together there, and the white part is really just gonna be outlining words. The words, okay? So I haven't really got full into this yet, but I'm doing it 1/2. So on 32 count, which is not what I would normally do, but I just thought it would look kind of cool, and I like it. I like it that way. So, and it's not gonna be as big as this fabric, but I just didn't know what else to do this on, and it's just kind of a challenge for me and something different. It is harder for me to see, definitely, but I'm gonna keep doing it. And just a little bit at a time. I have no like time frame for that. And then this other one that I've been working on was on another piece of fabric that I was like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? Okay, so do you remember in the last video, I had got a piece of 30 count Swiss cocoa fabric from, where is it from? It's 30 count Swiss cocoa from Legacy Linen. Well, and in fact, I think I'm gonna take this off too. I found something that I think is gonna work on it. And so I was like, I think that the size is gonna fit. I think the color is kind of similar. Not exactly, but this is the pattern that, and I had already purchased this. I got this from Fire Poppies when they were having their sale right before they closed. And it is by Fox and Rabbit Designs. And it's called, what is this one called? Oh, there it is, Elizabeth Cooper, 1866. And I don't know, I looked at the color of the fabric that this is on, which I can't remember, what is this called? Baked clay. It's on Baked Clay Linen by Fox and Rabbit. But I thought the color was kind of similar to this Swiss Cocoa, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on there and see how it works. And I don't know, I thought it was really pretty. I love these butterflies, but I don't know if they're done like over one. There's some parts in this that are over one, so that's gonna be challenging. We'll see. So there's the design. And so let me show you what I've done. Okay, so I put a picture on Instagram saying that I was really nervous because I wasn't really sure if the border was gonna match up, but it did. So that is what I've done so far. And then I stitched all, it's not ironed. I'm not gonna iron it until I'm finished with it, I guess. But so I've stitched the border and it all matched up. And I don't know why that looks wrinkly, right? I mean, it looks, okay, so I figured out what the deal was. Why I kept thinking I messed up is because I'm pretty sure that this linen is cut wonky. Because like that's straight, but then at the top, like if I hold it like where I feel like it's even, it looks crooked, but it's actually straight across the pattern, right? You can see how that would mess me up just by that, but that's what I've done. And this is just a fun, I'm doing it 2 threads over one with DMC. I think I'm using all the called for colors. Haven't changed anything there, but I love the colors. And what do you think? Do you think this fabric, I think it looks pretty good on this fabric. Of course, there's light coming through it and you can't really tell. Let me see if I'll hold this up if you can, there. So I really love it and I'm really enjoying working on this. So I'm going to continue to work on this. And the reason I chose this one is because I thought it was pretty and I had it. And so that's the reason why. So that's about it for my Stitch Mania. Let's see if there's anything else. I did get one thing in the mail today that I ordered after I watched Rachel from Needle and Flax. If you've not watched her channel, you need to, or her FlossTube, because I love it. And the last one that she did was really long and so interesting, like with history and stuff. But in a couple of FlossTubes a while back, she went through kind of like a stash parade of some of the patterns that she has. And there was one that I thought was really, really pretty and just kind of caught my eye. And so I ordered it and I got it today, and I'm gonna go get it because I put it over here and I'm gonna show you that right now. My phone, every time I video, the storage, I get a notification saying the storage is full. Oh my gosh, now it says it's low battery. Okay, I don't know if it stopped or not, but okay, it's one thing or another. I need to go through my phone and just like erase so many things. All right, so this is the pattern that I ordered because she showed it, all right? Isn't it beautiful? It's called Frances Alice 1792. I don't know if exactly Alce or Alice, A-L-C-E. But I just, the way that Rachel was describing it, she was just talking about all the different little fun things on here. Okay, so I was like, ooh, that looks so good. Well, apparently I wasn't looking very close or wasn't listening to what she said about it. Because I got this pattern today, and although I think it is beautiful, I don't think I'm ever gonna stitch it. It's just gonna stay in my collection. Maybe it'll be one that I put in a frame. It did come with like a real time, like a picture, like it's photocopied. It's a copy on a paper, but it's like of the actual sampler, like blown up to where like the actual size is. And I'm like, well, I could actually just frame that, I guess. But it is too technical for me. It says it has cross stitch, cross over one thread, tint, satin, double running stitch, I don't know what that is, chain stitch, I don't know what that is, four-sided stitch, I don't know what that is, and freehand embroidery. I don't have, anyway, I wish I had done a little bit, I wish I had read up about it a little bit more. I can't even put this in here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. It's too hard for me. I'm not that great of a stitcher. So, oh well. I mean, it's pretty and I have it in case, I mean, and you know, maybe, you know, later on I'll give it to someone who really loves it and wants it. Okay, so also I got something else, I think, I don't know. Did I share this the last Floss? I might have shared this the last FlossTube. But I'm going to StitchCon, which is getting so close and I'm getting a little nervous, but it's, I'm going on weekend A, and people are doing floss drop exchanges, and I ordered like some business cards and put them and punched, well, I ordered some business cards and I was going to punch holes in them, like at the top and the bottom, you know, and so you can put your thread on it. And I don't know if I'm going to punch them now. I don't know. People are saying that they are, and some people are saying they aren't. And I completely left off any information about myself, like my YouTube channel name and my FlossTube channel name. I mean, my FlossTube name and my Instagram, which is the same. I forgot all that stuff, but this is what I ordered. These are mine. And I punched a hole in it. A hole in the top, a hole in the bottom. And then on one side, I have no idea what I did. Okay, so on one side it has like foil, wow, and the other side is just plain. So the story behind this is that, let's just get it really close, is that I was in the car, we were on the way to the beach, and I had my reading things on, and I just, like you can see that's the sunroof up there. I just looked down at my camera and took a picture. And then at like 12 o'clock at night, after we'd gone out to dinner and had a couple glasses of wine or whatever, I got back to our condo, I got in bed, and I ordered these just like that, with no information on them, with foil on one side. I was like, well, this is what everybody's getting. And now I've seen pictures. There's like a private group that you can join, and people have been putting pictures of their floss drops they're doing. Everyone's is a lot cuter or a lot prettier than mine is. Mine's that. That's just me. So, oh well. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back next week, and I will let you know how far I got on, ow, sorry, the Elizabeth Cooper 1866 or the Jan Hicks Find Your Joy. Okay. All right. See you later. Bye.